Hey, this is Alex Abraham. Thanks for coming back to my channel. In this video, I want to talk about the #1 marketing strategy that your competition is not using. I guarantee it. And it can absolutely 10x your business, if not grow much more beyond that. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. I have so many clients, so many business owners who they're making $150,000, $300,000, even $500,000 per year in revenue. And when I talk to them, they're like, oh, I have marketing issues. You know, I do everything. I do cold email, I do cold call, paid advertising, YouTube videos, like cold direct mail, all these different things. And I'm like, you're doing so many different things, very mediocre, very average, right? The biggest thing that helped me grow my business when I was starting out was locking in and mastering one lead source to get to $1 million in revenue. Again, so many people, they want to be a jack of all trades. They want to do everything, but they haven't even mastered one way of generating clients or customers at scale, right? But the key is though, once you master that one lead source, you get it to not just $1 million. I mean, for me, it got me to, over $4 million in 1 year, one specific lead source. You want to master that, all the different kinks, all the different strategies and different hacks with that one lead source. But once you get to 7 figures, this is where most people mess up. They get comfortable, they have this one lead source, and they don't diversify, right? Think of it like if I have a whale, someone who's sending me a bunch of business, it's an absolute blessing and it can be a curse, because what if they die tomorrow? Unfortunately, what if they retire tomorrow unexpectedly? Now my business went from 7 figures back down to 0, but maybe if with 7 figures of revenue, I built up overhead, I hired staff, I hired employees because I thought I was going to scale. The mistake you don't want to make is as you grow, as you have one lead source, it can be anything. It can be a partnership. It can be cold email. It can be paid advertising. Get that one lead source, master it. Once you get to 7 figures, immediately go back to the drawing board and say, okay, let's start from scratch. Let's now get some shrimp. Let's get some minnows, right? Let's get some dolphins. Your whales can kill you or they can help you grow. Don't just rely on them exclusively. Make sure that as you get those lead sources that continue to grow, immediately go back to the drawing board and say, how can I diversify? How can I add a bunch of different lead sources into my business? Because you've mastered one, you can continue growing that, but diversify, because that one lead source can make or break you. Most people just say, oh, I'm doing well, like I'm killing it right now, and they just get comfortable with that. Actually, a good friend of mine, they told me recently, they used to kill it with radio ads. They were like, oh, like I was like you know, they're kind of older. They were like, back in the day, you know, I used to be growing my business like you. I was making a lot of money. I was killing it with radio ads. And he didn't really say his business wasn't doing well now, but I kind of got that vibe that, okay, well, you were killing it with radio ads like 20 years ago, but what could you have done 20 years ago to say, hey, I'm making money with radio ads. Now let me take all this money, put it into Facebook, right? He was around when Facebook ads were so cheap and easy. He could have started YouTube 10 years ago. And again, he's a nice guy, but it's kind of for me kind of a sign of, ooh, I don't want to be like that. Like my YouTube's working well, I have great partnerships, but I don't want to get comfortable. So the key with this point is don't get comfortable. Once you master that one lead source, make sure that you go back to the drawing board and say, okay, how can I add one lead source that drives 5% of my revenue or 10% of my revenue or 30% of my revenue, so that over time, if a lead source dies tomorrow, gets killed off tomorrow, like maybe their business shuts down tomorrow, you never know. It's an inconvenience, not a death blow to your business, your revenue, and of course, your income. I'm gonna get the comments, okay, Alex, that sounds amazing, but how do I get these magical whale lead sources? Like, what are my actual action steps? I would recommend getting a super lead source, a super referral source. Meaning, if I'm a general contractor, let's say I wanna do $100,000 renovations, right? I wanna do someone's floors, their drywall, their paint, the entire kitchen, every bathroom in their house. That maybe is a multiple 6-figure job. Instead of me as a general contractor marketing directly to clients like homeowners, if I was a general contractor, I would market directly towards the people that work with my ideal clients. Meaning, if I want to work with high-end people that have $1 million homes, I would work with interior designers. They already have the clients, and if they work with an interior designer, they're already redesigning the layout of their house. Maybe they just bought a house, great location, great lot. Maybe it's a 1940 build. When they buy the house, their first call isn't to me. It's probably to an interior designer who's gonna help them map out, here's what the second floor is gonna look like. We're gonna take down this wall and add this door and change everything around. So if I have that interior designer as a great relationship, they're gonna say, oh, okay, once we design this house and once we pick out all the furniture, I'm gonna send you to Alex. He and his team are gonna get the entire project finished. And for me, if I have one, maybe two solid interior designers, I don't need to market every single day to a million homeowners who are cold. I would rather have an interior designer who their clients trust them, so by extension, they're going to trust me and my team. And this is for any business. Maybe if you're a realtor, maybe if you want to get high-end clients, you say, okay, well, if someone wants to buy a house, who do they talk to? Yeah, they might talk to a realtor. They might also talk to a mortgage broker to get pre-approved for a loan, right? So maybe if you have a mortgage broker who's killing it, who has their own marketing, let them do the marketing. Say, hey, if you send me a client, I'll give you a 10% commission on whatever I make. So now they're marketing for you. They already build up the trust with the client. And then when their clients say, okay, now I want to go shopping for real estate, they'll say, oh, go talk to Johnny. He's the best realtor. I love him. He's amazing. Go make that happen. You don't need a million of those. You want to get hyper focused on who has my ideal client, not who's the realtor that's working with people that, you know, have maybe a $300,000, $400,000 budget. You want to work with people that, okay, if they're going to spend 6 figures on a renovation, they must have a home that's worth millions of dollars. So think of who are they calling. Maybe there's real estate lawyers that homeowner is going to work with to buy their home. Maybe if I'm a GC, I talk to real estate lawyers, I talk to bankers, I talk to mortgage brokers, I talk to realtors. So think of in your specific business, who can be your super referral source. For me, and I'll show them on the screen, for me, it's YouTubers, right? YouTubers that talk about personal finance, that maybe even talk about politics. Their audience trusts them, they build them up. And then of course, I have all these relationships and they say, hey, I'm hosting a webinar with this guy, Alex Albrin. He's gonna help you grow your business and build your own marketing. So for me, I have not a million lead sources. I only have a few, maybe a handful of YouTubers that drive me clients, that drive me traffic. At this point in my business, that's all I need. I don't need a million of them, I just need a few. If you implement this step that I'm gonna go over in this point in the video, this is why your competition is gonna be obsolete when it comes to growing super referral sources and diversifying over time. Most people, if they wanna work with, let's say, an interior designer or a real estate lawyer, or for me, YouTubers, what they'll do is they'll be like, okay, I'm gonna get up the courage. I'm gonna send them an email and hopefully they respond. So they send out an email, they're so hopeful, they're so excited. When they don't hear a response, they say, oh, I guess it's not a good fit, I quit. And then they move on to the next one, or they just stop, right? They let the rejection stop them. And it's like, if you're in business, you're in the career of rejection, right? If you have 10 clients, you probably spoke with 100 people and 90 of them said no thank you. So this is why in my business, my biggest referral source ever came after emailing him cold. I never met him before. I didn't know him. I didn't have any connection. I emailed him about a dozen times continuously. Hey, Merry Christmas, Happy Easter, you know, Happy Birthday. I even mailed him gifts. Like I mailed him gift cards. You know, I knew his kids love Menchie's. I mailed him Menchie's gift cards. Then he said, okay, fine. Like I need to give this guy a call. Like this is too much. So in your business, figure out, okay, if I want only 5, let's say, 5 interior designers, 5 mortgage brokers, whatever it is for your industry, 5 YouTubers, right? Figure out for those 5 people, lock in on who is the perfect fit, lock in on what do they need, right? What are they looking for in a partnership? Figure out, okay, how can I mail them a letter? How can I cold email them? How can I Instagram DM them? How can I reach them everywhere to where they're like, oh my gosh, I need to give this person a call. Like their persistence it's not a bad thing, right? Their persistence is a good thing. Your persistence can be a good thing. And that's what separates you from 99% of people who reach out once, maybe twice, and then they say, oh, I guess they don't want to work with me, I quit. Your competition, they're gonna quit before you do. Hopefully, if you watch this video, you really understand that if I have the perfect mortgage broker, who's gonna grow my realtor business, I need to hound them until they say, hey, like, you're stalking me. Like, no. Until, if they say no, then move on to somebody else. But usually they don't say no. You say no for them. You say no for them by quitting, by stopping the follow-up, by not being creative. Again, maybe someone doesn't like to email. Get their numbers somehow. Text them, call them, leave them a voicemail, send them a letter. I've even sent people, again, like physical gifts. I found out, oh, you know, I have a little bit of a conversation with them. Their kid loves UFC. I get them tickets to a UFC. I get them tickets to, you know, a basketball game, an NBA game. Whatever it takes to get these referral sources to think of you as someone different. They may already have someone that does what you do. But if their person starts to perform a little bit shaky, they might say, fine, let me give this Alex guy a shot. Like, he seems persistent. Let's see if he delivers, over-deliver for them. Then at that point, they're gonna be like, okay, wow, like this guy Alex or this girl Jessica, you know, she's a killer. She's doing amazing work. Versus my current person, they're getting a little bit too comfortable. So again, the takeaway from this action step is lock in on ideally five lead sources that can be the perfect fit, and customize messages. Don't just copy and paste and send them all the same message over and over and over again and say, hey, you know, I saw on your Facebook that you love golf. I love to golf. You know, I'm a member at this club. Let's go golf. Or, hey, I know you like to bowl. I'm not a good bowler, but let's still go bowling sometime and, you know, let's talk. And so anything you can do to stand out, to be creative, but most importantly, it's just pure follow-up. It's just pure persistence, which again, most people, even in business, they think they're hustlers, they think they're persistent, they quit after the first or second time. If you do that, if you never stop following up, I guarantee it'll work out, and it will, maybe 10x, maybe 100x your business, maybe not overnight, but maybe in 12 months, right? Start planting seeds today. So someone says, okay, in 12 months, I'm gonna give this guy Alex an opportunity, kill it, and maybe in 18 months, your business is making millions. Bottom line, you can take this video, you can take action on it, you're gonna make a lot of money. I guarantee it over a long period of time. Or you can say, oh, but that sounds like work. I don't know. And it's like, yeah, it is work. If you want to make millions of dollars, you're in the top probably 1% of business owners. You have to do things differently than the 99%. You can't be average. That's what they're doing. They're mediocre. If you want to make the millions, if you want to have the car or like the beach house and the fancy stuff, you have to do things differently. And that means being rejected over and over and over again until that one person, all it takes is that one source, that one, you know, lead source, they change your life forever. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions at all, comment below. I'd be happy to help. Thanks for watching.